Hello and welcome to another edition of Focus SPS. I'm Azell Cavaan, Chief Communications Officer, and you know, it's never too early to start talking about college. You don't have to wait until you're in 10th grade, 11th grade. Much sooner than that should our students and families be thinking about college, and that's why I'm so excited to introduce our guest today. This is Julia Ortiz. She is the chairperson for the Youth Education Cultural Organization. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. And this organization works in collaboration with the Martin Luther King Center Family Services of Greater Springfield.
Absolutely.
And you guys are focused on helping our families realize college for their students.
That is the focus. We are focused on ensuring that the Greater Springfield community is aware of the options for education beyond high school.
Okay, and I know that there are two major initiatives that you guys involve yourselves with and invite the public to know about in order to help make that happen. So let's first talk about these workshops that you guys put on. Tell us a little bit about these college workshops.
Well, historically, the Youth Cultural Education Organization, in collaboration with the Martin Luther King Family Services, has had a series of workshops. These workshops are workshops that talk about financial aid, writing a powerful essay. We talk about your GPA scores and your SATs, and just the admissions process altogether, and basically how to select a college that fits you.
I think that is important, and here's why. Because you know, you may be going through high school, you may have breezed through high school, and then you start to come into these conversations about college. You look at the application, you look at that big dollar amount, you look at everything that's required of you, and you may freeze. And if you're the first person in your family to start looking at this, you don't know where to start. And so that's where organizations like yours come in.
That's the beauty of what we're trying to focus on. And the workshops are completely free. We know that at the time of considering college, there'll be expenses that families are not anticipating. So we want to make sure that when we're embracing the community, we're doing it in the most affordable way. So we provide the series of workshops completely free.
Completely free. How often do these workshops take place?
Okay, so this year our workshops are kicking off in October, and we'll have one every month through April.
Okay, and do you need to register for these workshops?
We encourage families and students alike to register for the workshops. You don't need to register in advance. You can register while you're there. And the reason why we do that is so we can have follow-up and continue to provide families with support information.
And how do people get in touch with you or the organization to find out what the dates and the locations are?
Okay, so the first thing I will say is that you can walk into the Martin Luther King Family Services at 3 Rutland Street here in Springfield, Massachusetts, and they will have that information available for people. Separately, they can email us at our email, which is blackcollegetour@yahoo.com.
Okay.
Or they can call me directly or text me, and that's 413-262-7729.
Sounds great. Easy ways to get in touch just to learn a little bit more.
Right.
Now, tell me a little bit about these workshops. First of all, you said families are invited to come. So if I've got, you know, a child who is about to be interested in college, but also a little one, the whole family can show up.
When we host the workshops, it's a family-friendly environment. One of our biggest concerns is that we do not want someone not to come because there is a whole family to consider, and that person depends on that family for their transportation. For the family, it's a great experience to begin to expose and be proactive for the next young ones coming up. And no matter their age, because they start to see what is appropriate behavior and how many things are going on and being discussed.
It's great. And one of the things we were talking about before we went on camera was some of the content that you guys cover in these workshops. And you said now you've sort of expanded the guests that you bring in who represent different colleges. I thought it was very interesting why you guys decided to do that.
Well, traditionally, our workshop had consisted of a person within the community that could come in and talk on a particular topic. For example, admissions, right? Now, in this focus for this particular year, one of the things that we've done is that we've gone to the local colleges and they will host a workshop. Let's use AIC, who we've had a long relationship with, or even Western New England University. And so the workshop will be held on that campus, but it's also going to be delivered by a panel of other colleges that may be a state college, private institution, a community college. So there'll be a panel that balances all those different colleges. And let me just share on the reason why the committee has chosen to go with that approach is because in the past, when it was one presenter, they didn't have the opportunity to explain to families or share with families that each of those different types of universities is mandated differently on how they handle a certain topic, even admissions or SATs. So each college is not a black and white process. It depends on the type of college, how they handle the SATs or the ACTs. So we want to make sure that families know that, so when they're applying for colleges, they know what they may be confronted with.
Excellent. So families, this is great insight that you will be getting for the college application process. And you don't have to be in high school. You can start looking into this much earlier than that, when your children are still in middle school. This is open to everybody, regardless of the age of the student.
Absolutely. So that's really important, because what happens is that a lot of times they think either my son is already a senior, it might be too late, or my child is only in 8th grade or 9th grade, it's way too early. Actually, any time in middle school is a great time to start being proactive and exposing yourself as a family member and your young adult to the information. And then even the person who is in 12th grade, it's not too late. That person will still be ahead of the game in comparison to someone who has had no information.
And this is open to all families who live in the city of Springfield?
Yes, we are culturally and socioeconomic diverse. So we invite everyone in the community and the extended community. So we're not limited to Springfield. We invite people from all of the surrounding cities. A few years ago, we actually had another city the size of Springfield who chose not to have a tour, and they sent their students on our tour.
You know, this is just, the timing couldn't be more perfect. I know that this has been going on for years, more than 30 years. This service has been provided and is very well known and established here in the city of Springfield. But we're so excited because the city of Springfield, our graduation rate is increasing at a rate that's higher than the state average. And so we're seeing now more students than ever before graduating and going on to college. So we're thinking that these programs are going to be even more vital and hopefully even attended by even more families now. Absolutely. So now there's a second part of this which I think everybody knows about. It's been around for so long, and this is your annual college tour that the center and the organization in collaboration put on. So tell us a little bit about this college tour.
All right. So have I already told you that we're 33 years young?
33 years young.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so for 33 years, the city of Springfield has had the sense of pride to say, out of our city, with our collaborations, a college tour of historically founded African-American colleges and universities has been happening. And so that's where we are. So when we go on the tour, we go during the April school vacation for the Springfield Public Schools. That is it. That's when it happens. So if we don't really need a date because we know it's going to be the April school vacation of any given year. And we tour 8 to 10 historically founded African-American colleges and universities, or people like to call them HBCUs. So we tour 8 to 10 colleges, and what makes the difference on whether it's 8 or 10 colleges is our funding. You know, how do we get that funding and the route that it takes to get to those colleges within that week to go and come and get back, you know? We go to colleges like Spelman and Morehouse and Clark. Of course, those are very close to each other. We go to Howard, we go to Bowie. I've been to Alabama State. We've gone to Florida. We have gone to Virginia and Delaware. So North and South Carolina, and I could go on and on. I'm not sure, Azell, if you know that there is 103 historically black colleges and universities. And
I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah, and one thing that I hadn't shared with you is that they are all HACU aligned, which means Hispanic Associated Colleges and Universities. So that talks about the collaboration that even the colleges are doing, which is what we're supporting here in Springfield, by making sure that our students are aware that there's many options available.
So families could attend these workshops, get acclimated to the process, and then in April, the students are able to all get together, gather on buses with chaperones, and actually go to these campuses and tour these colleges and really get a slice of college life, a reality, you know, a piece of reality to go with all that other work they've been doing to prepare for college.
Absolutely.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
One thing that I would like to share is that in order to go on the tour, families and students are expected to participate in the workshop series. However, the workshop series is open to the community, so that if it's a student that hasn't decided if they want to go on the tour, or has absolutely decided the tour is not going to be what I want, but I would like to get the education so that in my process of applying to any college, I'm more prepared. The workshops are open to the community and to community organizations. Our goal is to collaborate with other organizations that are serving this population so that we can offer them yet another opportunity for them to offer their population or their target audience.
Great. Sounds great. Well, Julia, thank you for joining us and for bringing us all that valuable information. We started off by saying it's never too early to start talking about college with your families and your students, and this is just one opportunity of many here in the city of Springfield to help you along that journey. So thank you for joining us. Another segment of SPS Focus. I'm Azell Cavaan with Julia Ortiz. Thank you and have a great day.
And have a wonderful day. Thank you.